Hey everyone, it's Kristen here, the owner of KEA Consulting, and thank you so much for joining in for our second episode of the Give Me 20 series. I am super excited for today's session because I'm interviewing an incredible local woman who has a beautiful vision for the future, all supporting single moms. So Lena Hayley, if you haven't heard of her yet, you're going to want to get to know her too. She is the founder of the Kaleo Collective, and their mission is to create a loving and supportive community for single moms. And boy, have they ever been doing that. So without further ado, welcome Lena.
Hi.
Thank you so much for taking some time with me today. We're going to try to do about 20 minutes, and we're going to cover off my 4 favorite questions to get to know you a little bit better. And this is all with the intention of spotlighting the most amazing people in our community here, because I think it's important for us to do that and get to know one another on a different level.
Wonderful. Let's do it.
Awesome. Okay, are you ready to just dive right in and get to the first question?
Hit me.
Awesome. Okay, question number 1, really simple. How do you help others?
I am really passionate about helping others, and I try and do it in many ways in my life. And I think the first place that I start is with love. Helping others is, it's kind of a moving target. And lots of times people don't even know exactly what they need help with. So I try to always come back to love. If I can love other people, I trust and believe that in some way I'm helping. And, our family motto is actually, we love each other well. That's the language that we've come up with in our home to help us navigate what it means to be a good member of our family and how to support one another. And so, that's as unique as the individuals in our family. So what looks like loving me well today might look a little different tomorrow, but it always comes back to that center of love. And when you can help people, I feel like sometimes the best place that you can come at that from is from your own life experiences, what you have that they might be able to draw upon to help them. And that's exactly why I started Kaleo Collective, because I have been a mom wearing many hats, and one of them was a teen single mom. So I have a very unique experience, and I learned a lot of things, and I really wish that I had had a community of other single moms around me at that time. So I created Kaleo Collective as a way to try and help single moms with some of the skills and compassion and empathy that I had from walking a very similar path. So in helping people, I try and look for ways that I can love people everywhere that I go. I love Jesus, and I try and bring his love to every person that I encounter in a day. And that's what helping people looks like for me.
That is amazing, and something that just hits home for me around starting with love is that really it has no boundaries to it. It's not selective to any one particular group or background. It's inclusive. It's for everyone. So wow, super inspirational to just start with love and let it go from there. It's amazing. Wow. Okay, so on to question number 2. This one takes a little bit more reflection into more of your own experiences. So maybe a good segue after the first question. But what would you say your greatest life lesson has been so far?
Oh. My mom has given me many life lessons, but I think one that I come back to in different seasons of my life and over and over and over again is, if it is a problem that money can fix, it's not really a problem. And that has really been something that has helped me navigate lots of situations, because at various points in my life, some things have felt like a really big problem. But when I stop to go, okay, is this a problem that money will fix? Will it matter in a year? That's another part of it. Will the thing that's upsetting me right now, will it still be upsetting me in a year, in 6 months, in a week? If not, some of these things you just have to let go. And so I find that using those kind of lenses help give me perspective and help me to sort of lay down some of those burdens that I typically will pick up and carry.
And I appreciate that so much, because it's very easy as human beings to get caught up in the many things that hit us every single day. And if we aren't able to think through them clearly enough, they can accumulate and they can almost seem insurmountable.
Yes.
So having a lens to use where you can put things back into context and fall back on your resiliency and your ability to cope with something, that's huge, right? That's digging deep, and that's at least putting another way of looking at it instead of feeling completely burdened and overwhelmed.
Yeah, and money is one of those things that can feel like a problem all the time, right? You get a speeding ticket in the mail and you're like, no, right? But again, it's like, will money fix this problem? Because truly the big problems in life, they are not bound by money.
Yeah, so good.
And if I walked into the stollery today and said to any mom, for X dollars, your baby could be well. I mean, there's nothing that mom wouldn't do to find X dollars to fix that problem, right? So I come back to that one over and over and over again.
Oh, awesome. Okay, we're doing great. We're halfway there. Are you ready for question number 3?
Yes.
Okay, good. So it's really important to me when I'm getting to know someone a little bit better to try and understand what's in their heart in terms of hope for the future, right? Because we truly are in the midst of some difficult times right now with the pandemic, and we could all use a little extra hope and inspiration, I believe, anyway. And I know that I grow and I flourish when I can feed off of other people's hopes also. So I think it's really important to talk about what we're hopeful for in the future. So sky is the limit. You can go as personal and specific as you'd like or as broad as you'd like. But what are the 2 things that you're most hopeful for in the future?
Hmm. Yeah, hope is one of those beautiful gifts, right? Such a motivator, helps us keep going when things are difficult, propels us forward when things are going well. So I would say that the 2 things that I'm most hopeful for is that I'm raising children that will go farther and faster than me. I pray that, that my husband and I have taught our kids who they are, that we've polished the gold that we see in them, that they go out into the world and they show up in beautiful ways for themselves and for others. And yeah, I'm hopeful that we're building this really beautiful foundation in our family and legacy there. And the other thing that I'm really hopeful for is that the work that I show up for every day, helping the single moms, I'm hopeful that they will take the love that is offered in that community of women and the skills that they are learning, and that they will do likewise, that they will build strong, resilient, capable families that go farther than they had ever dreamed and imagined. And I'm big on like changing family trees, generational change. That's the kind of stuff that I'm after. And so it is my hope that I'm doing it in my home day to day, and that I'm helping others do the same for themselves.
That is so powerful. Or I picked up so many things just within that one answer. But first of all, it's walking the talk. It's one thing to help others improve their lives, but to also say that this is a personal mission for you within your family, that's truly powerful and genuine. And everything I know about you, that comes as no surprise to me. That's just who you are through and through and through. And you've shown me so much about the beauty and the magic within family, wherever you are in that family and whatever that makeup of your family looks like. But, the one piece that actually gave me goosebumps when you said it was with your kids and polishing the gold within them. And I love that, because it's just implying that we're all born with those gifts within us. And to help them shine, we need someone to come along and give them a polish and nourish them. And what is parenthood if not that, right?
Right. I know. And I think that that my husband and I have been given the clearest eyes to see our children out of anybody else. And so if we can help our kids see who they are, we see it so clearly, but helping them understand all of the gifts that we already see naturally occurring in them, and how to polish that and to help grow it. Because, your job as a parent is to equip them to go off and lead the most wholehearted, robust, purpose-filled life that they can possibly have. And it starts from recognizing your worthiness and your gifts, your talent, and your intrinsic beauty and value. So I'm very passionate about it. And yes, it makes going to work and working at Kaleo and helping single moms, it makes it so easy and joyful because it is something that I see the value in, and that I've seen the fruit of. You know, our son Austin is 23 and we've got two smaller kids. So I've seen some of this stuff come to light, and it just makes me super excited.
Well, and it's incredibly inspiring because I think what you're doing with the Clio Collective is you're creating ripples. You know, you talk about generational change. And you know, I firmly believe it's even more than what one would recognize of value within their own family, but the ripples that they're creating within their own circles, whatever they're taking away from the supportive environment, or you know, the skills course that you have, that sort of thing, those are creating ripples in their lives too. And it all comes back, I think, to that center of love that we started out with, that truly is you and how you want to help others.
Thank
So
you.
beautiful. Okay, I'm feeling really inspired to like go change the world today now. That's awesome. Okay, so question number 4. I would love to know what your favorite quote is and why it serves you. And maybe it's a quote that's just present for you right now. Maybe it's something that's been your mantra for your whole life. Doesn't matter. But what is your quote that just sits right here?
Okay, so I have one sort of overarching one that's been my favorite for a long time. So this is an easy one for me. But then I'd love to share a few other like little ones that are a bit more timely for this moment in time. So my favorite quote of all time is from Mother Teresa, who I adore. And it is, spread love everywhere you go. Let no one come to you without leaving happier. And, you know, I just, you know, I that is what I try and live up to every single day. You know, whether it's, you know, somebody that passes me in a grocery store with just greeting them with a smile, or asking the cashier how their day was, actually taking a moment to see somebody. I always want to be seeing people. And it kind of goes back to what we were talking about before about the gold in people. My life is better when I'm looking for gold in people, because you can see the yuck sometimes easier, but when you start looking for the gold, it changes your perspective. So I always want people to leave me feeling happier. So that's sort of my overarching favorite quote of all time. There's a couple other ones that I also really love that I think that you might enjoy as well. The one that I heard when I was in school was, be careful. The toes you step on today may be connected to the ass you kiss tomorrow. And I've just kind of always loved that. You know, you just never know, right? So again, be kind to people, because you just never know. And then a favorite right now from Brené Brown is, clear is kind. Such a good one. And you know, I'm overcoming perfectionism. I'm trying to dismantle that piece of my life that I've carried around for a long time, of always having to be perfect and do everything perfect and be perfect. And so sometimes in the perfectionistness of myself, I like to be people pleaser. And yes, so clear is kind helps me to work on those boundaries and other pieces that are serving me very, very well, and allow me to do the work that I love to do, and to take away the things that I don't love as much, and help me to be more mission focused, I guess. Clear is kind.
Oh, yeah, it's very true, right? Whether it's, you know, finding that clarity within ourselves and being kind to ourselves,
Yeah.
um, or to others, and being clear with, you know, your expectations, or clear with communication, or clear with your intentions. It makes it easier for others to relate to you, to trust you, to build a relationship. So clear is kind. I mean, that is really as succinct as you can get, but such a powerful message.
Well, exactly. As a perfectionist, your expectations for yourself are like an 11 out of 10. So what happens is you also layer that onto other people. And sometimes you don't, because you would go above and above and above and beyond, you don't realize that somebody else, that's not how they're wired, and they might not do that. And one last little one that I also love is a Joyce Meyer quote, and it's, don't give from your cup, give from your saucer.
Oh,
Right? So if you fill your cup too much, you
oh.
have a saucer that will catch it. So it's give from, not from your cup, but from your saucer.
Ooh. So that one goes deep because I talk a lot about, filling up your cup. I'll talk also a lot about going to the well and making sure that you're putting into the well, not just taking from it. But wow, that's something else entirely different to think about giving from the saucer. I might have some work to do there.
There you go. So those are the ones that I love and hold near and dear to me.
Oh,
I
amazing.
love a good quote. I love a good quote.
Me too. I've got them on my wall, and I might be adding a few to my wall now, actually, my wall of wisdom. So thank you for that. And we have blown through my 4 favorite questions, but we do have the bonus question if you're game for something a little bit more spontaneous.
Let's spin that wheel.
Right. Okay. Let's share the screen and bring up the wheel. We're going to get this right. All right. Can you see my magically colorful wheel?
It's beautiful.
All right. So on this wheel, I have a bunch of random words that I think are really good conversation starters. And truly, they could mean something a little bit different to everybody else. So we're going to click the wheel and we're going to randomly fall upon one of these words. And I just want you to talk about what first comes to mind.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
It. Which is your favorite color on that wheel?
Probably the purple or the pink.
Oh, yeah. Pink's giving me everything. Challenge. Yes. Oh.
This is kind of, it could be a big one, right? Challenge. What does that bring up for you?
Okay. Love this word. So I talked a little bit about my faith and how I love Jesus. And one of the things that that has been a prayer for mine in my 30 plus years of living, I'm talking I started this when I was 30, was I said, God, I always want to grow. I want to be a lifelong learner. And that is an interesting one because when you say I want to be a lifelong learner, guess what happens? You start getting challenges thrown your way. And it has been my goal to be as open-hearted as I can to them and to recognize that each thing is going to make me better and stronger and is going to help me down the road. So I kind of just learned to embrace and welcome the challenges and the hard stuff because I see it through this lens of its growth. And it means that I'm going to be able to do more, better, faster, help other people. And I love this idea of a picture of somebody standing on your shoulders and being able to see over a fence and, just having a greater vantage point because of the journey that you've already gone on, right? And so for me, I love that if I have this challenge that I have overcome, that can help my kids down the road, my friends, people that I come across. Because we talked about, I'm really passionate about helping people. I love helping people. And so I try and see challenges as an opportunity and a way for me to get better, stronger, and to help others.
Oh, so true, right? And it can come in so many different ways. And isn't that life? That lifelong learning, being able to overcome the obstacles. We enjoy the highs a little bit more when we've known the lows or when we've traveled the hills. So you worded it perfectly. That's awesome. So with that, I think we're up with our 20 minutes. We have chewed through them very easily today, which has been so great. And I've learned and taken away so much from you, Lena, as I always do, every single interaction we have. And I'm grateful for you and so grateful for your time today. It's been amazing.
It's a pleasure to get to be here. Thank you. And I always learn and grow from you too. I hold you very close. And I'm grateful for all of the life lessons that I've learned from you along the way.
Thank you. Thank you. And so I have a funny feeling people, after hearing you speak, will be curious to learn a little bit more about you and the Kaleo Collective and the programming that you offer. So what's the best way for people to reach you?
So they can find me on our website, kaleocollective.ca. You can contact me through there. That will give you a link to my email, on social media, at Kaleo Collective, or for me personally, my Instagram handle is at love_Lena, because I have a blog that I sometimes blog on at lovelena.com.
Oh, and it's so much fun. It's so much fun to watch your stories, to watch your life adventures day to day, and the interactions with you and your family and the antics you get up to. I always have a smile on my face when I get to watch one of your stories. So,
Stories are my jam. I don't love the grid.
yeah.
I don't know. You remember I'm doing perfectionism. I hate the damn grid, but I love the stories. So you get all the real life in the stories.
Oh, and it's so real, right? So
Yeah.
real. Anyway, so we'll make sure everybody has all of your contact details also, and I encourage you, friends, to reach out to Lena. And if there's any way that you would love to get involved or support her incredible charity, know that you're going to move mountains with her, because I've seen it happen with others. And it's a great opportunity to give back. So we'll leave it at that. So thanks everyone for your time again, for giving me 20, maybe a little bit more. That's how things go. And if you would like to be featured and have this similar conversation with me, or if you know of someone that should be highlighted, we'd love to hear from you. So give me a shout out, and let's talk. Give me 20. Thanks everyone. Bye for now.